How to Train Your Dragon. You guys know the animated movie that came out years ago. The one that we loved about Hiccup, Toothless, their story together, their bond, their friendship that ended up being a gigantic journey through 3 films that we were so invested in. That story, apparently they want to turn that into a live action. What's up, guys? Before I go deep into it, how are you doing? How's it going? How's it hanging? If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, like. Of course, yes, I have to remind you I'm a YouTuber. I know it can get kind of annoying sometimes. Maybe you don't really like it, but I had to do it. Anyways, How to Train Your Dragon. Yes, you heard it right at the intro of the video. It's getting a live action adaptation. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know whether I should be excited or terrified, startled, or worried. I don't know what emotion I should be feeling. Like, my fiance gave me the news just recently, and I didn't know how I was supposed to react. I'm a huge How to Train Your Dragon fan, which obviously that's why she gave me the news and she told me. But I just don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Like, on one hand, I'm genuinely kind of excited because I'm like, we get more How to Train Your Dragon content, and that's always nice. That's always cool. But then on the other hand, I'm like, why do they keep turning every animated movie into a live action movie? Why can't they just do something else? I'm probably not even the only one that has that second thought. I'm pretty sure everyone online is probably saying that second thought as we speak. I'm sure that's what people are doing online. I want to focus on the first side of it, of like, it could be good, it could be something interesting, it could be something cool. It depends on how they do it. There's a lot of people talking online that maybe they're gonna adapt the book that the How to Train Your Dragon animated series was, or movies were based on, which I guess would be cool, I guess would be neat, but I'm curious as to why. My only question I ask as to why is because the animated movies basically did what you would expect to adapt that book. They basically made it still kid friendly, but also available for more people to watch and enjoy the content. And with a live action movie, there's not really anything you can add other than the fact that we're gonna get to see like a CGI fest of dragons. And it's like, I blame House of Dragons, I blame Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones fans, don't come at me, but I truly do blame that series because I'm pretty sure they're looking at the success of Game of Thrones, and I'm pretty sure they are thinking to themselves, hey, people like medieval type, like older era type stories with dragons and monsters and yeah, you're right. Maybe we should turn that into a movie. Oh wait, we already have. Maybe we should turn the movie that we have into a live action movie. I'm pretty sure that's how the fucking conversation went. I'm verbatim, right? That must have been how it went down. I don't know how to feel about it, guys. You guys let me know in the comments what you think, but personally, I don't really think we need it. I don't think it's needed. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's something that maybe, I don't know. Like, what's the point of House of Dragons exists? The whole thing about House of Dragons, right, was like the dragons, right? Like, those were popular in Game of Thrones and the monsters and all those things, right? I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know much about Game of Thrones, so take that with a grain of salt. That being said, How to Train Your Dragon, yes, Burke, the history of the Vikings and all these things that brought into the animated movie was all really great. And the way that that movie was, I wanted to say shot, because the way that they animated it almost feels like it was shot with a real camera. The cinematography was that fucking good. How are you going to top that?
How, Sway?
How, DreamWorks, how are you going to top that? What are you going to do live action that's going to be anything different? It's just going to be the same thing. And I don't see why they don't see what's been happening with Disney movies and remakes, and the way that they've been sort of getting reception from their live action takes, and maybe think, I don't know, maybe we don't do that. But of course, I do have to bring in some logic to the case a little bit, just a tiny bit, because obviously it's pretty stupid to just remake something that, by the way, it wasn't that long ago. Like, How to Train Your Dragon hasn't like aged as much as people think. It's not that old, dude. And if it is, you're gonna make me feel old, man. Come on, please don't do that. But out of a lot of the DreamWorks catalog that they have per se for animated stuff, How to Train Your Dragon does fit very well into a live action setting, into a live action story, into a live action adaptation, which is why I'm a little bit conflicted, because I feel like with the right team and the right things, it might turn out good. It might turn out good. My issue is I don't think it will ever top the animated movies. I just personally don't. They had the tone. The tone for the animated movies was just perfect. Okay, it was just perfect. It was the right amount of darkness with the right amount of levity that still made it a kids movie, but a contender for. It was just so fucking brilliant. It's just I'm just worried, how are you gonna do that with a live action? Like you run the risk of two things, and that's literally what Disney's been treading on. They haven't beaten those two things. There's no odds that they've beaten. It's either you adapt it and it turns out to be the same shit via Lion King, and people are just like, all right, it doesn't really add anything. What was the point? Or it just ends up being worse than the animated adaptation, where you just go like, why the fuck did they even try? Like, why was that even a thought? Why didn't they just leave the animated version for the animated version? Because obviously that's the only version that really works. So I guess time will tell. We'll have to wait and see what ends up happening. I'm forcing myself to be excited about the news. I'm hoping they scrap the project. No. I don't want to seem like a pessimistic. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But my thing is, like, they're going to make it. They're going to make it because How to Train Your Dragon made a lot of money for DreamWorks, a lot of moolah. And if anything, it also gathered a lot of attention for DreamWorks because it was, I mean, I still stand to this day that How to Train Your Dragon 2 should have won an Oscar, and it should have won the Oscar. I thought it was snubbed. It was robbed. But those are Oscar-worthy movies, dude. I'm not fucking, like, I love How to Train Your Dragon for the right reasons because they're so fucking good. Those movies are a dime in a dozen, man. Like, when you thought they couldn't top the first one, they made the second one even better. And then when you thought they couldn't end the series with a good third movie, the third movie ended up being fucking fantastic and phenomenal. How are they? How? I guess I'm left to wonder that. And I guess, I don't know, I wanted to come on camera and sort of talk about it, sort of vent, sort of give you my thoughts about it, because I'm sure a lot of How to Train Your Dragon fans are feeling some type of way. I don't know what's going through the people's minds and making them think that, you know, they can milk it even more and this will be better than whatever they've been trying to do. It's truly just kind of sad where we're at in Hollywood, where it just feels like they're trying to grasp at big blockbuster titles, and obviously a How to Train Your Dragon live action movie does kind of move the needle if you're a studio, but is it necessary? And in the long run, will it be something that will stand the test of time versus the animated movie? It's so tough to say, because it's like if it ends up being shit, then it's like it's just going to be a big bummer. So I don't know. Maybe you guys can share your thoughts down in the comments and let me know what you think. Maybe you're on the same boat as me. Maybe you're conflicted like me. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're on one side or the other. I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about it. All I know is I am truly worried because I don't want them to mess up anything. But at the same time, if the live action movie does end up being bad, all it does is just make the animated movie look even better, and more people can go back and watch those movies. Which, by the way, friendly reminder: have you watched the How to Train Your Dragon animated movies? If you haven't, right now is your chance to watch it. Go watch them. Go enjoy some great cinema, even if it's animated. Those movies deserved Oscars. They were that good. I'm not bullshitting. Try me.